What's good, YouTube? It's Ray Jarrell. So in today's video, I want to show you guys this pistol U-deep slot mini scheme in Madden 23. So if you enjoy this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. So just a couple more announcements. Now CFL, if you're on current gen PS4 and you want to get in the CFL, if you want to do it, make sure for one you are active, because if you're not active I have to kick you out the Discord, and that's why we keep having spots opening, because people are not being active. So if you want to join the CFL, you're going to be active, make sure you visit my website allthingsmadden.com. the link is in the description. You want to go to the All Things Madden tab, go down to the CFL, and then you want to go ahead and sign up. It's completely free, and after you go through the checkout process, and you don't have to have card information or nothing. Once you go through the checkout process, you'll be sent a Discord link in your account. So make sure you click that and then go to the league info inside the Discord, and you'll see the league information to enter. So if you're interested in CFL, PS4, current gen, hop on that. Now, also, if you want ebooks as well, they're on my website too. You go to the ebook section. I have about 13 different ebooks that are on there right now. And if you want me to make you a personal ebook, like for example, if you really love this pistol U-deep slot formation, then all you need to do is request this formation on the personal ebook section of the website. Again, that's allthingsmadden.com. The link to that is in the description. So with all that out the way, let's go on and get into this video. So playbooks. Now I am in the Seahawks offensive playbook, and it's also is found, I believe, in the Bills offense, if I'm not mistaken, and it's also in pistol offense. But pistol is by far the best formation. They have the best plays with this formation, the pistol. So this is still good though. The pistol does not have the shot play though, and that's the one I'm going over today. And the other play that the pistol does have is the DBL post. So I really love both of those. Now the run plays on here are pretty good. I really love the stretch. I mean, it's just your basic stretch, but the best run play in here by far is the RPO alert tight end flat. And I'll go ahead and add that in there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move some stuff around. So I just want to show you the run plays, and I'm only going to talk about two of the pass plays. And let's see, let's go ahead and add inside zone split, and we're going over shot, but we're gonna come out in DBL post first. But I'm gonna show you the run plays and everything first. Now what I'm gonna do is come out in dollar, because most of the time you're gonna get the same stuff when you come out in this pistol formation. You're gonna get some type of nickel. Maybe you might get a 3-3-5 normal. You might get some 3-3-5 cub. You're gonna get a little bit of nickel over, and for the most part, you're gonna get a lighter set as such as dollar. People are still trying to run the man blitzes or whatever, and you know. So I just want to come out in dollar. It's just gonna make life easier for all of us. So what I'm gonna do is come out in cover 3, because the most aggravating thing is when people come out in 3-down lineman fronts and you're unable to run the ball. So I kind of just want to show you. We'll leave the user right here. So anyways, there's a tight end, actually for personnel, I should say, for this particular play, you'd want to put your best tight end in this spot. He normally comes right here, but you'd want to sub that, and I may do that in a second. I just forgot to do it. But first, I want to show you the run play. So RPO read tight end flat, and this is part of why you want to put it, because this you can throw this ball right here and kind of notice what happens, how they both kind of just get a block, and I probably could have just continued running outside. Now, it's not always going to line up that way, but it's just something to look for. Now, obviously, if they have hard flats, you don't want to throw that, but you just really want to make a read, and you want to see if that receiver is going to block. Now, it is a little scary throwing that ball, so I normally don't like to throw it. I just wanted to show you, you know, what it looks like if you throw it, because a lot of times that receiver is not going to block this guy. I don't know why they do that, but they just don't. But when they do block, you can tell we'll get a couple yards. So I know I've been throwing it every single time, but I'm going to kind of actually just let the animation happen to where I hand the ball off, and it's basically just like an inside zone. But look at the blocking. That's what's really important. They're really gonna do a great job of blocking. Now I'll show you that run play one more time, but this time we're actually going to pinch our whole entire defense, because this is another look that you'll see. And I normally like to ID wherever the user is. Let's say the user's right there, we'll ID him. And now I did take out their good defensive line. I have garbage defensive line in there. That was for the pass. But what's most important, I just need you to see how these runs look. That's all I care about. Just showing you how they look. Now, if they have a star D tackle or whatever, you always want to try to double team. Now, in this case, they don't. So we're not going to worry about that. Now, also with this run, you also can flip it. So if you want to run it to the right side, you can. If you want to run it to the left side, you have the ability to do so. Now, the only thing I hate about stretches this year is that they just don't, the receivers don't block good. So it's really hard to depend on running the stretch. So if you run a stretch, I normally just like to run and play as is, and they normally let you run it to the opposite side. So normally I like to just follow that because sometimes you get better blocking is right there. We absolutely don't. But again, these run plays, I know, I mean, they're super simple. You know, I really shouldn't have to keep going over run plays, but I just want to show you what they look like. And again, you want to use these at your discretion, okay? You know, just figure out which run works versus what your opponent's doing, and, you know, just kind of do that. Like, for example, this seems like a pretty okay run play if I were to hit the gap correctly versus that formation. But versus this lighter sets, it seems like the best run play if they're running, you know, this style of defense is probably this RPO play versus this particular one, you know. So that's kind of how you want to do it, is right there. Obviously, I'm just not going to get any yards. I don't have any run stick. Y'all probably have run stick. I don't. But anyway, I want to go do this personnel real quick because I did forget to actually mention it to you, and then we're going to hop right into the passing concept. So for personnel, you want to put your best tight end where this guy is, and you want to put your second best right here on the line of scrimmage. So make sure you don't forget to do that because I definitely did. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out in DBL post, but we're going to talk about shock first because I love this versus cover 2. So let's go in and get it started. So we're going to go to cover 2. And again, I love this shock play versus cover 2. It's a cover 2 beater. So all you need to do is take triangle, put them on a streak. You need to take X, or you can. I didn't say you need to. You can take X and put them on a in route, smart route it. But technically, you can run it with X stock, and I'll show you both of them. But I just preferably like this one. Now, if they are not playing with zone drops on, if they're playing with zone drops off, then this guy right here is pretty much going to get a free release. Just kind of notice how he's going to get a free release. You want to drift that way, and it all depends on how you want to throw this ball. So at that time, I was kind of leaning the left to the sideline. Now, I like to do that if they're clicking on their safety. So if they're really good at clicking on, then you want to lead this ball, which I'm going to show you in a second. You want to lead this ball over here when you throw it. So you want to angle it like you're trying to get a toe tap. Now, if they are not good at clicking on, or if they're not clicking on, then you can actually pass lead this ball up, and he'll actually run and get it. He'll just outrun this guy right here because he's not getting pressed, if that makes sense. And he has to get held because of this streak. That's why he can't go over there. He has to respect this streak. And we have a natural cover 2 beater with the cornerback right here. So, again, if they're zone dropping to account for this throw, then this route is perfect because it's just a little hitch essentially. But what's going to happen is that this guy is going to keep going back because they're zone dropping, and we'll have this throw wide open, if that makes sense, because the vertical hook will not be able to play it because he has an in route that's coming into his zone. So that's why I like the in route better. Okay, so what we're going to do is show you press coverage now. So if they're pressing with that vertical hook, I just want to show you what happens. So let's go back to shock, and again, that setup is just triangle on the streak, X on the in route, smart route the in route, and that's all. So if you notice, when they press, it just doesn't matter. And now that time I threw it at a different angle to where we got a little bit more yards. And again, I'm gonna show you that you can throw this ball different. It doesn't matter that he's lighting up, but you can still throw this ball different. And what makes this play good is that no matter what, our guy is gonna get a free release. Okay, so oh, my controller's wigging out. All right, here we go. Now, I want to show you the different way we can throw this ball. So we can actually throw this differently. So at this point, notice how the trajectory changes on it. But if you pay attention, it seems like they could possibly click on and pick that, okay? So be super careful with that. And again, the way I pass led that one, I pass led it straight up. So basically, I took my analog stick and just went straight up with it. And that's why the throw was like that. So notice how he kind of puts his foot in the ground and then starts to go forward. Now, I would only make this throw if you have a strong arm quarterback. If your quarterback is not a strong arm, please do not attempt that, or you may throw a pick. But like I said, they may be able to click on that and pick it. Maybe. It all just depends. Maybe. But you definitely want your fastest receiver in this spot. As you can tell, most of the time he's not going to get touched, so you really, really need that speed if you're going to throw that. Now, I'll show you one more time. So I'm a baseline. So what this is going to do is simulate somebody's zone dropping, or basically simulate somebody's zone dropping, essentially, because nobody's going to get touched at all. And it's going to put the cornerback in a spot to where he can already start sinking on it. So again, you want to just drift this way. If you look, just notice how now it's a foot race, right? And like I said, I'm leading that pass up, but I've already shown you don't have to. So if you don't feel comfortable throwing that, or you don't think your quarterback can make the throw, then just simply hit a nice dot on the sideline. And this is the last time I was talking about this play, but again, keep in mind, okay, if they are a zone drop, because I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, well, if they zone drop, obviously this throw is not open. Now, that's true. That's why we're going to put this route here, because if they're zone dropping, that guy will keep going, and this has no choice but to be wide open, if that makes sense. Now, I know I did say last thing, but I forgot. I wanted to show you if we don't adjust the tight end. So basically what I'm saying is if we go to shock and we just take triangle, put them on a streak, and we just snap the ball, X can be a viable option, as you can tell. So that is another variation that I do like, because what's going to happen is that, let's say they're covering that pass out there. Let's go to replay really quick, and then we'll move on to the other play I want to show you. But let's just say for some reason they're taking their user and they're shooting out here, or they're doing something to this side. They're running cover 2, but they're zone dropping this guy, right? Let's say they're zone dropping this guy, and then they're coming to user this route themselves, right? Let's just say they're doing something, or they're usering this route right here, so you can't throw that little gap. But don't ever make this throw, because you will throw a pick, okay? Don't ever make that throw. But let's just say for some reason, you know, they choose right here, then we could just hit right here. And if they stay right here, you know, vice versa, if you get what I'm saying. So really, really love that for cover 2. No matter what style of cover 2 they play, it's going to be clamps. I mean, we're not going to get clamped. Couldn't get my words out. But what we're going to do here is go to cover 3. And I want to show you this. So I love this versus man coverage. So that's actually what I want to show you the most of, because realistically you're going to get man, and I want to show you man coverage setup, and then I'll show you zone coverage setup too, so if they run zone. So what I like to do is actually take triangle. I like to smart route its route, so notice how it's ran deeper now, and this is what it looks like originally, right? And this is what it looks like when we smart route it. So I like to take X right here, and it depends on if they're man blitzing. If they're not man blitzing, I like to take X, put them on a drag. And then I like to take circle right here, put them on a slant, or I may take X and put them on a flat just to pull down any zones. It just depends. But if I run it this way, then I'm gonna take this slant, block my running back, of course, twice. You want to take this slant, motion it across, and now we got a slant, we have a post, and we have another post. So notice the spacing on that, right? So we're gonna go into replay really quick, and I'm gonna show you why I love this setup. So this is good versus man coverage. These two post routes can also beat match coverage as well. It's just, it's a really good setup. So basically, we're going to make the user choose right away between this slant and this tight end route. Now, if this is your best route runner, look at him stick his foot in the ground. That's what we're going to be looking for. And again, this is all Madden practice mode, so they're going to be blanketing him, but in game, it's not going to be that blanketed. And basically, we're just going to make a read between this guy or this post. And if you don't feel comfortable making a read on this post, maybe you don't have a good tight end, you can make a read between this slant and this post right here. And they're both going to do a great job, right? So another man coverage setup that I do like, that I want to give you, is what we're going to do is we're going to smart route triangles route. We're going to take X, put him on the in route. We're going to smart route his in route, and we're going to take circle right here, put him on a drag. Now, I do still like to block my running back just to kind of help out with extra protection. And if you want to, you can smart route squares route. So notice squares ran a little bit shorter, and it's going to go more upward. So it's just all up to you. So I'll just put it back normal so you can kind of see the difference. And this setup right here, you're really going to read between X, triangle, and then you still have square late, which I didn't get a chance to throw it, but you get the idea, you get the read progress. So again, really, really great play versus man coverage. And this is good for people who don't like to, motion, so you can still, you're going to still confuse your opponent because they're thinking you're going to run a shock play maybe, and then you come out with this setup right here. So again, this is good for shaded over the top man coverage. This is my favorite if they're playing man with shaded over the top, because we're going to have open. Now, I didn't shade over the top this time, but I just want you to see how wide open this get this time. So it all just depends, But essentially, you're going to read between the tight ends, and then you're going to look late right here, and you're going to peep the drag first. So a lot of times I like to peep the drag. Now, obviously, right here, the cornerback ran the route for him, so we're not even looking that way. And then we have a three-way read no matter what, okay? So I know I took a long time on the breakdown, but last thing I want to talk about is zone coverage. So let's just say, you want a nice zone coverage setup. So what you can still do is take triangle. You can still smart route his route. You can take X, put him on a streak, circle on a drag, and then I like to motion my drag across. So what I'm going to do is baseline to say they're not going to put that purple out there. And this setup is great because you're going to get over the top of a lot of zones, especially that kind of dot right there is going to be open most of the time. Now, triangle is not going to get, I don't think triangle gets over clouds, but we'll take a look at it and see. But essentially what's going to happen here is that most of the time this cornerback doesn't get glitched out. It does happen from time to time. You probably didn't see it, but notice how he kind of goes inside. That doesn't happen all the time, but regardless, because of where this streak is by the tight end, it's going to take that third by the cornerback. And we're making a high-low read right here because we're anticipating the user following this drag. If the user does not follow this drag, we'll throw this drag all night and just kind of, maybe try to skate up the sideline. But what's cool is that a lot of times the user will sit right here and try to pick this off. But what we're gonna do here is read between the tight end and the running back swing, and that's how I love to set up this play. So real quick, I just want to show you versus cover 2, and then we'll go ahead and we'll probably go ahead and call it, because like I said, it's a simple play. So you just take X, put them on a streak, smart route, triangles route, circle on the drag. Now I'm a baseline just so the guy doesn't move, so the guy doesn't follow him. So again, really love this setup. We're gonna snap the ball right about here, and then take a look at circle, and then look at triangle, but then also peep square. So if the user chases that backside drag, that's why I love to dump this backside drag. And this will be the last thing I talk about. I know this is kind of a long video, but the reason I love this setup is because versus cover 2, this throw is almost always going to be open. The user will have to be in the middle, right? So if the user follows the middle, a lot of times what the user will do is he'll follow this for a second, and then he'll turn around and he'll bait this throw. He'll bait this right here, and a lot of times they actually won't climb up to this level. And even if they are right here, you can still throw this ball right now, and it's because the mid read is going to match onto our tight end because of where the tight end is, and we're gonna have this nice dot right here. So if the user follows this drag, baits this route right here, we can throw this ball right now, and I'll kind of show you that here in a second. So we'll go to cover 2, and I'll just show you that again. So I promise you this is the last thing, and then that's gonna wrap it up. So I'm a baseline to bring that guy back where he should be, because most people will re-baseline when you do that. So again, you can throw that ball right there, and you'll have that dot pretty much every single time. It's just giving the user too much to worry about. Now, last thing I will show before the video ends, I just want to see if we can throw it versus cover 3, because I didn't test it versus cover 3. So what we're gonna do is motion that guy over, and keep in mind that hook zone. Okay, nah, it's correct how it should be. So here we go right here. I just want to see if we can throw it. Yeah, so it's super risky. You have to have probably like Aaron Rodgers or something to be able to make the throw. But it looks like you could throw it, but I wouldn't throw it. I would just wait, to be honest, and I would just wait, because it's a tough throw. Or you could just dump this ball right now, obviously. But you see the window. You would need somebody who can zip the ball in there, like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. I forget what the ability is, but you need somebody who can get that throw there right now. So notice how the throw kind of sailed a little bit. We were trying to hit it in this window right here, but the throw kind of sailed, and you need an elite quarterback to make that type of throw. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I do hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm Ray Jarrell, and I'm out.